Every evening in the city of Dehradun, when the sky turned orange and the sun slipped behind the hills, an old man named Mr. Kabir Anand walked to a quiet lake. At the edge of that lake stood an old wooden bench, painted blue but faded by time. Kabir would sit there every day at 5 p.m., holding a small thermos of tea and a single red rose. He never missed a day, not in summer, not in rain, not even when his hands trembled or his eyes blurred with age. People called him the old man of the lake. No one knew why he sat there. No one asked, until one curious young journalist did. One winter evening, a young journalist named Ria was sent to write a human interest story for her newspaper. She saw Kabir sitting on the bench, as always, looking at the lake with soft eyes full of memories. She approached him gently and asked, "Sir, I've seen you here every day. May I ask who you wait for?" Kabir smiled, his wrinkled face glowing in the golden light. He gestured to the empty space beside him. For someone who promised she'd come back just for a cup of tea. Ria smiled politely, thinking it was just an old man's nostalgia. But when she noticed the rose beside him, still fresh despite the cold, she realized this wasn't just waiting. It was devotion. Kabir began to tell his story. Her name was Mira. She used to sit on this very bench every morning. She painted the lake, every color, every reflection. And I brought her tea. He chuckled softly. I wasn't a poet or a painter. I just liked the way she smiled at the sunrise. They met every morning, exchanged stories, laughter, and silence. Until one day, Mira said, "I'm going to Mumbai to chase my dream. But when I come back, we'll share tea again right here." Kabir nodded and said, "Then I'll wait here, with 2 cups." She left that evening. Days turned into months, months into years. But she never came back. Kabir never stopped waiting. Even when the bench cracked, he repaired it himself. Even when storms hit, he sheltered under an umbrella and kept the rose safe. People called him mad. Some pitied him. But every day at 5 p.m., he sat with 2 cups of tea, one untouched. Ria listened silently, her notepad forgotten, her eyes moist. Did you ever find out what happened to her?" Kabir smiled faintly. "No, but I think some love stories are not meant to end, they're meant to wait." One morning, the postman came running to the lake. "Babuji, a letter for you." Kabir looked surprised. He hadn't received a letter in decades. With trembling hands, he opened it. It was from Mira. "Dear Kabir, if this letter ever finds you, know that I never stopped loving you. I tried to return, but life had other plans. I'm leaving my last painting for you. It's of our bench by the lake. Sit there for both of us. And when you see the sunset, know that I'm watching too." Tears rolled down his face. He folded the letter, placed it under the rose, and whispered, "Welcome back, Mira." That evening, Kabir didn't go home. The next morning, villagers found him sitting peacefully on the bench, eyes closed, smile on his lips, a rose in his hand. After that day, no one removed the bench. People placed flowers there, and someone carved into the wood, "Some promises live forever." Ria wrote her article titled, "The Empty Bench That Waited for Love." It went viral across the country, not for its tragedy, but for its hope. Because even in death, Kabir had proven something simple yet eternal. True love doesn't fade. It waits. Years later, couples began visiting the bench every Valentine's Day. Some brought roses, some left letters, some just sat in silence, letting the wind carry their words across the lake. And when the sun set just right, locals said you could see 2 faint figures sitting side by side, one holding a rose, the other painting the sky. Time can end everything, but not love that waits without expectation. True love doesn't ask for forever, it simply stays. Rose.